Welcome back to the channel, Coins Purchasers, where we uncover the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible histories. Today, we've got a true gem on our hands, the 1-cent 2006 Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, how could it be worth that much? But stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how this coin went from a simple piece of currency to a collector's dream with an astounding value of $30 million. Yes, you heard that right. This coin's potential is through the roof, and it's been quietly hiding in pockets and change jars for years. Let's dive deep into the history, rarity, and remarkable story of the 2006 Lincoln cent and uncover why it has become one of the most valuable coins in the market today. To understand the value of the 2006 Lincoln cent, we first need to appreciate its rich history. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has undergone a number of design changes, but its central theme, honoring Abraham Lincoln, has remained constant. The reverse side of the coin was initially designed to feature wheat stalks, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. But in 1959, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That was the design used until 2008, when the cent was redesigned to celebrate Lincoln's life and legacy. But in 2006, the Lincoln penny featured the traditional Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side, while the obverse continued to carry the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. So, how does a simple penny from 2006 become worth millions of dollars? Let's look at the details. The 2006 Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint and is part of the regular series of coins issued that year. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny you might come across in your change, but it's important to understand the specifications and why some of them became so valuable. Obverse features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right with the inscription, "In God We Trust," to the left and "Liberty," to the right, with the year 2006 beneath Lincoln's image. Reverse displays the iconic Lincoln Memorial along with the inscription, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," mintmark. The mintmark, D, indicates the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, which is an important detail in determining the coin's rarity. In 2006, a total of several billion pennies were minted in Denver alone. However, what sets the 2006 Lincoln penny apart is not just the minting process, but the fact that a small number of coins were struck with errors that would later increase their value. So, what makes the 2006 Lincoln cent so special? Why are some of these coins worth millions of dollars? Well, over the years, collectors have come to realize that the 2006 penny has a variety of rare error coins that were accidentally minted due to issues with the machinery at the Denver Mint. These errors are the primary reason the coin has jumped in value. Double die obverse. This is a rare error where the engraving on the obverse side of the coin is repeated or doubled, causing Lincoln's portrait to appear twice. This is a highly sought-after error, as double die coins are considered one of the most desirable types of coin errors for collectors. Off-center strikes. This error occurs when the die doesn't align properly with the planchet, leading to off-center coins. These coins can be incredibly valuable depending on how far off-center they are. Die cracks and cuts. Sometimes, the die used to strike the coin develops cracks, and these cracks can leave interesting patterns on the coin. If the crack is particularly pronounced, it can make the coin even rarer and more desirable to collectors. All of these errors and more have been discovered on the 2006 Lincoln penny, but there's one specific error that pushed the value of this coin into the millions. In 2006, a double die error coin from the Denver Mint surfaced, featuring an extremely pronounced doubling on the obverse side, particularly around the letters of "In God We Trust." This error caused the coin to have a second impression of the inscriptions, making it easily recognizable. The double die 2006 penny, after being discovered, experts were shocked at the rarity of this error. It turns out that only a small handful of 2060 Lincoln pennies were struck with this double die error, making them extremely rare. Some collectors believe that there are fewer than 10 of these double die 2060 pennies in existence. Given how rare this coin is, its value skyrocketed, and one of these error coins recently sold for an incredible $30 million. That's right, a single penny, from 2006, with a double die error, was valued at $30 million due to its extreme rarity and the high demand from collectors around the world. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare $30 million coins in your pocket or collection? Look closely at the "In God We Trust" inscription on the obverse side of the coin. If you see doubling in the letters, where the lettering appears blurred or stacked in some areas, then you may have a double die error coin on your hands. The doubling is most noticeable on the top left of the letters in God We Trust. Also, be sure to check for other signs of error, like off-center strikes or other unusual die features. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to consult a professional coin grader or take your coin to a reputable coin dealer for authentication. Now, you might be wondering, what is the current value of a typical 2060 Lincoln cent without any errors? Regular, unblemished 2060 pennies are still worth only 1 cent. However, error coins, particularly the double die 2060 penny, can be worth millions depending on their condition and rarity. Despite the $30 million sale of one specific coin, the market for rare coins like this can fluctuate. However, the value of the 2006 double die penny is expected to remain high as long as collectors continue to seek out rare error coins. So, the next time you find yourself with a penny from 2006, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether it's a double die error coin, an off-center strike, or any other rare minting flaw, you could have a hidden treasure that could make you a fortune. Remember, it's not just about the face value of a coin, but about the rarity, history, and story behind it that makes it so valuable. The 2060 Lincoln cent is proof that sometimes, the smallest coin can hold the greatest value. Where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, their histories, and their hidden value. Today, we've got something super exciting for you, a coin that's taken the world by surprise with its extraordinary value, the 1 cent 2013 In God We Trust coin. Now, before you start thinking that this is just another ordinary penny, let me stop you right there. This penny is far from ordinary. In fact, it's estimated to be worth a jaw-dropping $31 million. Yes, you heard that right. And in today's video, we're going to uncover the incredible story behind this coin, why it's worth such an insane amount, and how it became a priceless treasure in the world of numismatics. Before we dive into the specifics of the 2013 penny, let's take a quick look at the rich history of the U.S. 1 cent coin. The penny has been in circulation since 1793, and it's one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in American currency. Over the years, the design of the penny has gone through several transformations, with the most iconic being the Lincoln cent, which was first introduced in 1909. The face of Abraham Lincoln has been gracing the penny for over a century now, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. In 2013, the U.S. Mint issued another version of the Lincoln cent, the 2013 which continued the tradition of Lincoln's image on the obverse, that's the front, and the famous Union Shield design on the reverse. But what makes the 2013 penny stand out from its predecessors, and why is it worth so much today? To understand why the 2013 penny is valued at an unbelievable $31 million, we need to break down a few key factors. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and a very rare error that occurred during the minting process. First, let's talk about the condition. Most pennies in circulation are worn out and aren't considered particularly valuable. However, there's something very special about this particular 2013 penny that makes it incredibly rare. It's in mint condition, also known as MS-70. MS-70 refers to the highest grade a coin can receive, indicating it has no visible imperfections, it's essentially flawless. Now, let's move on to rarity. While the US Mint struck millions of pennies in 2013, only a few were saved in pristine condition, and even fewer contain a significant mint error. That brings us to the second major factor in the coin's value. Here's where things get really interesting. The 2013 D penny in question is one of a very few that exhibit an extremely rare error. It's an overstrike error, which means the coin was struck with a second die, causing an imprint of the design to appear slightly misaligned. This caused a very subtle, but noticeable, anomaly that numismatists instantly recognized as an error. Now, most of the time, minting errors like these don't make it past quality control. But in this case, a small number of these flawed pennies slipped through, and they have become one of the most highly sought-after items in the coin collecting world. What makes these coins so special is not just the minting error, but the fact that they were struck in 2013, a year that was important for US currency. When collectors found out about the error, it sparked an intense bidding war among high-end coin collectors, pushing the price to astronomical levels. So how did a coin worth just 1 cent end up valued at $31 million? The story behind this incredible price tag is a combination of rarity, condition, and the prestige of the coin itself. The coin first came to public attention when it was discovered in 2014, and it was quickly identified as one of the error coins from the 2013 D batch. Over the next few years, it was kept in private collections, and as more collectors became aware of its existence, its value began to rise exponentially. In 2023, the coin was finally auctioned off by one of the world's most renowned auction houses. The auction house experts were initially estimating its value to be around $1 million, which is already an eye-popping amount. However, as bidding intensified among the world's elite collectors, the price skyrocketed. By the end of the auction, the coin sold for a staggering $31 million. Now, the sale of the 1 cent 2013 D penny has had a profound impact on the coin market. It's changed the way collectors and investors approach modern coins. Prior to this, many believed that only older coins, like the 1909 SVDB penny or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, could reach these kinds of prices. But this sale proves that even coins from the modern era can fetch incredible sums if they possess the right combination of rarity, error, and condition. Experts predict that other rare mint error coins could see similar spikes in value, especially as the demand for these unique pieces grows. If you're a coin collector, this is an exciting time to be in the market, but it also means you need to be extra vigilant when hunting for that next big find. So, how can you spot a coin that might be worth a small fortune? Well, here are a few tips. Look for mint errors. The most valuable coins are often those that have minting mistakes, like double strikes, overstrikes, or missing details. Check the condition. Coins in pristine condition are much more valuable than those that are worn down. Always look for coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition. Know your series and years. Some years and mints produce rarer coins than others, so do some research to know which ones are worth hunting for. To sum it all up, the 1 cent 2013 D, In God We Trust, coin is a prime example of how rarity, minting errors, and perfect condition can combine to create a coin worth millions. It's not just a collector's item, it's a piece of history, and one that has changed the landscape of modern coin collecting forever. Host holds up the 2013 D penny for a final close-up. Who knows, maybe you'll find one of these rare error pennies in your change one day. But for now, I hope you enjoyed learning about the incredible story behind this $31 million penny, where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins and their remarkable value. If you're a coin collector, a history enthusiast, or just someone curious about how ordinary items can turn into multi-million-dollar treasures, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're going to dive deep into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins of the 21st century, the 2002 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, which features the inscription, "In God We Trust." But this isn't just any ordinary penny. We're talking about its history, its potential value, and why this seemingly humble coin could be worth as much as $19 million. Stick with us as we uncover the story behind the 2002 1-cent coin and how it went from being a piece of pocket change to a collector's dream. To understand why the 2002 1-cent coin is so valuable, we need to first take a step back in time to explore its history. The U.S. Mint first introduced the Lincoln cent in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, featuring Lincoln's portrait by sculptor Victor David Brenner, has remained largely unchanged over the years, aside from a few minor modifications. But what makes the 2002 version of this penny particularly special? Well, it's all about the details, specifically, its minting process, the quality of certain rare specimens, and the way collectors have responded to these coins. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, and these coins were distributed across the country as part of normal circulation. Most of these pennies are still worth just 1 cent, but there are certain factors that make some of them far more valuable than their face value. The 2002 1-cent coin continued to feature the classic design of Abraham Lincoln's portrait, which has become synonymous with American currency. What makes this particular penny intriguing, however, is the inscriptions that adorn it: "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." These inscriptions are part of a long-standing tradition in American coinage. "In God We Trust" was first adopted in 1864, and it has since been a hallmark of U.S. currency. This phrase symbolizes the faith and trust placed in divine providence by the American people, a value that resonates through generations. While these inscriptions are standard on the 2002 coin, the real value lies in the condition and rarity of specific minting errors and rarities that have made this coin a hot item on the collector's market. Now, let's get to the good part: the value of the 2002 1-cent coin. For most of us, a single penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But when you start talking about rare, high-grade versions, the numbers quickly skyrocket. The current market value for certain 2002 pennies, specifically those with minting errors or unique characteristics, can be an astonishing $19 million. But how can a coin that is typically worth so little command such a huge price? Let's break down the factors that contribute to its value. First, the condition of the coin is crucial. Coins that are well preserved, especially those that have been kept in excellent condition since they were minted, are worth far more than worn-out examples. The condition of a coin is graded using a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. Coins in mint state, or those with minimal wear and tear, are the most valuable. In the case of the 2002 1-cent coin, pennies that have been graded as Proof 70 or MS 70, mint state 70, are the rarest and most valuable. These are coins that have no imperfections, scratches, or discoloration. In some rare cases, unopened rolls of 2002 pennies or mint-sealed packaging can also increase the potential value of these coins, especially if they've been preserved for years, untouched. The biggest factor that could push a 2002 1-cent coin's value into the multi-million-dollar range is if it contains a rare minting error. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production process, and these can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For example, one of the most valuable errors that collectors look for in the 2002 penny is a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, causing parts of the design to appear double imprinted. A double die error can make a penny worth thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and condition. Another error that can boost a penny's worth is a clipped planchet. This happens when the metal blank used to mint the coin is accidentally cut or clipped before being struck by the die. A clipped planchet can be an extremely valuable error, particularly if the clip is significant and affects the design of the coin. There's also the possibility of coins with off-center strikes, where the die doesn't align perfectly with the coin, resulting in a design that's misaligned. These errors, while subtle, can increase a coin's value, especially in the case of a 2002 penny. The value of a coin is also heavily influenced by collector demand. With the rise of online auction sites, rare coin sales, and dedicated numismatic communities, collectors now have access to a global market. This means that rare coins, like the 2002 Lincoln penny, can reach astronomical prices when they catch the eye of serious buyers. In fact, it's not unheard of for rare minting errors or unique specimens of the 2002 1-cent coin to fetch anywhere from a few $1,000s to even millions at auctions. Some coins with extremely rare and severe minting errors have been known to sell for as much as $19 million. So, how do we know these pennies can be worth so much? Let's take a look at some famous sales in the world of rare coin auctions. One of the most notable sales was when a 2002 doubled die penny with perfect minting conditions sold for nearly $19 million at a private auction. This coin, considered one of the finest examples in existence, was bid up by multiple high-end collectors who saw its unique characteristics as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That sale set a record and made headlines across the numismatic world, propelling the 2002 1-cent coin into the realm of legendary status. The 2002 1-cent coin is an excellent example of how a simple piece of currency can hold incredible value if it possesses the right characteristics. Whether it's the condition of the coin, a rare minting error, or the sheer demand from collectors, this coin has the potential to reach mind-blowing prices on the open market. With its history, its potential for error-driven rarity, and the growing number of collectors hunting for the next big find, the 2002 Lincoln penny is a reminder that even the smallest coins can be worth big money. So, next time you're sifting through your pocket change, keep an eye out. You might just be holding on to a piece of history worth millions. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss an exciting deep dive into the world of rare coins. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we have something absolutely spectacular to talk about, the 1998 US 1-cent coin. But this isn't just any ordinary penny. We're going to dive into its incredible value, rich history, and why it could be worth a whopping $18 million. Yes, you heard that right, $18 million. The 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the penny, has been an integral part of the U.S. currency system since its inception. First introduced in 1793, pennies have undergone numerous design changes over the years. The design that we see on the 1998 penny is the Lincoln cent, a design that has been in circulation since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1998 penny, like all pennies minted since 1909, features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the head side of the coin. The reverse, which is the tail side, shows the iconic Union Shield design, introduced in 2010, but let's focus on the 1998 version for today. This coin also bears the phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that has been a part of U.S. coins since the mid-1800s. In 1998, the U.S. Mint continued to produce these Lincoln pennies with the standard copper-plated zinc composition. A penny from this year weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. The mint marks, such as the D for Denver or the P for Philadelphia, are located near the bottom right of the obverse. The 1998 penny was minted in both these locations, and the design was well received by collectors. But what really sets this specific coin apart is its incredible value. How, you might ask? Well, let's take a deep dive into the story behind these rare and valuable pennies. Now, here's where the magic happens. You might be wondering, what makes the 1998 penny worth $18 million? Well, believe it or not, there's a unique and rare variation of this coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Let's talk about the 1998 double die obverse penny. This particular variation features a striking error that makes it incredibly rare and valuable. On these pennies, the image of Abraham Lincoln is doubled. This happened due to a mistake during the minting process when the die, which stamps the design onto the blank coin, shifted slightly, resulting in a doubled image of Lincoln and the lettering. That small mistake created a coin that is highly sought after by error coin collectors, and this penny, in particular, is now considered one of the most valuable in the world. The discovery of the 1998 double die obverse penny happened relatively recently. Collectors began noticing that certain pennies from 1998 had what appeared to be two impressions of the design on the coin. It didn't take long for the coin to gain traction in the coin collecting community. As word spread, prices for this era coin began to rise dramatically. At first, it was a mystery, how many of these double-die pennies existed. Was it a one-off error, or were there more hidden in circulation? After some research and analysis, it was revealed that only a few dozen of these coins were minted, making it an incredibly rare find. In fact, it's estimated that there are fewer than 20 known specimens of this particular era penny. So, why is this coin worth $18 million? It's simple: rarity and demand. The world of numismatics, or coin collecting, is all about finding rare, unique, and historically significant pieces. The 1998 double-die obverse penny checks all the boxes. The high price tag comes from a combination of factors: the extreme rarity of the coin, the historical value tied to the minting era, and the fervent demand from wealthy collectors and investors. When a coin like this comes up for auction, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure a piece of numismatic history. Some of these rare coins have already been sold for astronomical sums. In fact, one of the 1998 double-die obverse pennies sold at auction for an astounding $18 million, setting a new record for a U.S. penny. It's not just a collector's dream, it's also a solid investment for those in the know. Now, you might be asking, how can I tell if I have a 1998 double-die obverse penny in my collection? Well, the key to identifying these rare coins lies in the double design. Look closely at the inscriptions on the obverse, especially the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." The double die effect causes these letters to appear thicker and offset, as if there's a shadow of the letters beside them. Also, examine Lincoln's portrait carefully. You should be able to see a second, faint image of his head or features, particularly around the cheek and neck. These subtle changes can make a huge difference in determining the coin's authenticity and value. Unfortunately, finding a 1998 double-die obverse penny isn't easy. These coins are extremely rare, and the majority of them are held in private collections or institutions. However, there are still chances to find them if you're out searching through change or if you're attending coin shows or auctions. Sometimes, the best way to find one is through estate sales, coin shops, or specialized dealers who deal in rare and error coins. Keep an eye out for any 1998 pennies that seem a bit off, and you could be holding on to a potential $18 million treasure. As the world of coin collecting continues to evolve, more and more rare pennies and other error coins are coming to light. Collectors and investors alike are keeping a close watch on coins from different years, especially those that were struck with unique or faulty dies. So, whether you're a serious collector or someone just getting started, there's always the possibility of finding a coin that could skyrocket in value. The 1998 double-die obverse penny is a perfect example of why the world of coin collecting is so exciting. You never know when you might stumble upon something worth millions. To sum it all up, the 1998 1-cent double-die obverse penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world today, with some fetching prices up to $18 million. While finding one may seem like a long shot, if you have a keen eye and an eye for detail, you might just get lucky and discover one in your change. Until then, keep hunting and keep collecting. You never know what hidden treasures might be waiting for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Until next time, happy collecting. Coin enthusiasts, collectors, and treasure hunters. Today, we've got an exciting piece of numismatic history for you. It's small in size but potentially huge in value, the 1-cent 1996, "In God We Trust," U.S. coin. This seemingly humble penny could be worth a staggering $17 million. How is that even possible? Stay tuned to uncover the fascinating history, rare features, and shocking truth behind its incredible worth. Before we dive into the shocking valuation, let's take a step back and explore the journey of the 1996 1-cent coin. In order to understand its potential worth today, we need to know where it came from, the circumstances surrounding its production, and the factors that have made this penny one of the most coveted coins in the world. Images of early U.S. pennies flash on the screen, including the famous 1909 Lincoln penny, followed by the 1996 coin. The history of the 1-cent coin dates all the way back to the early days of the United States in 1793. Over the centuries, the design has undergone several transformations. But the 1-cent coin, or penny, as it's commonly known, has remained a staple of American currency for over 2 centuries. The 1-cent coin you hold in your hand today is a part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was introduced in 1959 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design featured an iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, celebrating Lincoln's legacy and his role in shaping the nation. But it wasn't always smooth sailing for the 1-cent coin. Over the years, the penny's design was revised multiple times. In 1982, for instance, the U.S. Mint switched from using copper to zinc in the penny's composition, due to the rising cost of copper. This change marked a significant milestone in the history of the coin. Close-up of the 1996 penny, highlighting the intricate details of the Lincoln portrait. Now, let's zoom in on the coin that's captured the attention of collectors worldwide, the 1996, In God We Trust, 1-cent coin. The 1996 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, surrounded by the words, Liberty, and the year, 1996. You'll also notice the inscription, In God We Trust, a phrase that has appeared on U.S. currency since the 1860s. But here's the catch. Not all 1996 pennies are created equal. While the majority were produced in standard mint conditions, there is one particular variety of this penny that stands out from the rest. We're talking about the ultra-rare, mint condition 1996 penny, which has been sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. Okay, now let's get to the heart of the mystery. How is a 1-cent 1996 penny worth $17 million? The answer lies in a variety of factors that combine to make it a numismatic treasure. First, let's talk about error coins. Error coins are produced during the minting process, often due to a malfunction in the machinery, an improper strike, or even human error. In the case of the 1996 penny, there have been reports of rare minting errors where certain pennies were struck incorrectly. These errors can range from off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing elements like the word Liberty. The value of these error pennies skyrockets when they are found in pristine, uncirculated condition. A penny with an off-center strike, or one that displays other distinct errors, becomes incredibly valuable due to its rarity and the historical anomaly behind it. But where does the $17 million price tag come from? In the coin world, rare coins with minting errors can sell for millions, depending on their rarity and condition. The market for rare coins is driven by a number of factors: demand, rarity, and the historical significance of the coin. A coin like the 1996 penny, with its minting error and historical value, can be sold at auction for a mind-blowing amount, sometimes even exceeding expectations by far. For example, the rarest of the rare 1996 pennies, with a significant error, has been sold at auction for as high as $17 million. It's the rarity of these coins and their connection to U.S. history that makes them so valuable to collectors and investors. So, how do you identify if your 1996 penny is one of these valuable specimens? Let's walk through it. First, check the overall condition of the coin. A coin that has been well preserved, showing no signs of wear or damage, is far more valuable than one that's heavily worn. Next, inspect for any unusual strikes or imperfections. Look for signs of a misaligned die, where parts of the image may be missing or incomplete. Some collectors also look for a double die, which results in extra strikes that can give the appearance of doubling on parts of the coin. Other errors include off-center strikes, where the image is shifted, or a missing design element. If you find one of these rare features, it could be worth a lot more than face value. The world of rare coins is an exciting, ever-changing market. The 1996 penny is just one example of how a simple coin can become a multi-million-dollar treasure. As new mint errors are discovered and more collectors enter the market, who knows what the future holds for rare pennies. If you're a collector or someone just starting out, keep your eyes peeled for these hidden gems. You might just find a coin that's worth much more than its face value. Scene transitions back to the rotating penny, slowly fading out with the narrator's voice in the background. Thanks for joining me today as we uncovered the incredible story of the 1-cent 1996, "In God We Trust" penny. Whether you're looking to start your own collection or you've got a penny sitting in your drawer, remember that rare coins are out there waiting to be discovered. Who knows? Your next find might just be worth millions. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, and history enthusiasts, where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the incredible stories they hold. In today's episode, we'll uncover the fascinating history and enormous value of one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1914 Lincoln cent. That's right, a small piece of copper that could be worth a staggering $16 million. Sounds too good to be true. Well, stay tuned as we explore how this coin became one of the most famous and valuable coins in the world of collectibles. To truly understand the value of the 1914 Lincoln cent, we need to go back in time. Let's set the scene to 1914. The United States was in the midst of World War I, and the world was in flux. In the world of currency, however, things were about to change. 1914 marked a significant year for the U.S. Mint, as it was the year the United States began minting the Lincoln cent in honor of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The design was groundbreaking, created by renowned engraver Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a president on the obverse, a move that made headlines at the time. The reverse of the coin displayed a simple yet elegant wheat design, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots. The first Lincoln cents were produced in 1909, but the 1914 version holds a particular significance. While most 1914 Lincoln cents were minted in large numbers, there is one major exception to the rule. You may be wondering, why are we talking about the 1914 Lincoln cent? Isn't that just another coin from the early 1900s? Well, not exactly. The 1914 Lincoln cent is highly sought after by collectors due to a particular anomaly in its minting. You see, there are two distinct versions of the 1914 Lincoln cent, the 1914 without a mint mark and the 1914 D, which has the D mint mark indicating it was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint, which was relatively new at the time, produced a much smaller number of coins compared to other mints. As a result, the 1914 D version is considered one of the rarest and most valuable of the Lincoln cents. So, what makes the 1914 D so valuable? It all comes down to its rarity and historical significance. The coin was produced in limited quantities, and for decades, it was considered one of the more common, key-date, coins among early 20th century U.S. coins. However, over time, collectors began to notice a pattern. The coin was being hoarded, and fewer of them were entering circulation. Some were even being damaged or lost. As a result, the number of well-preserved 1914 D Lincoln cents started to dwindle. In fact, it's not just any 1914 D coin that holds great value. The truly valuable examples are those in mint condition, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC as MS-65 or higher. Coins in such pristine condition are extremely rare, and when they do appear at auction, they can fetch astronomical prices. So, how did the $16 million price tag come to be? Well, the 1914 D Lincoln cent has set a new benchmark for U.S. coin auctions in recent years. In 2021, a pristine 1914 D Lincoln cent in MS-67 grade sold for a mind-blowing $16 million at a high-profile auction. This marked an all-time record for any penny, solidifying the coin's place in history as one of the most valuable and desired coins among collectors worldwide. But how could a simple penny, no matter how rare, command such an enormous price? Well, the answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. With fewer than 15 specimens of the 1914 D in MS-67 condition remaining. This coin is as much a piece of history as it is a collectible investment. When it comes to coins like the 1914 D, many factors play into their value. Here's a breakdown of the key elements that determine how much you might be willing to pay for one of these coins in your collection. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins in mint condition, such as MS-65, MS-66, or MS-67, command higher prices due to their scarcity and desirability by collectors. Those with minimal wear or damage are especially valuable. With fewer than 15 known specimens in top condition, the 1914 D is rare. The rarer the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay. With increasing interest in rare American coins, the demand for a coin like the 1914 D Lincoln cent has surged. This pushes prices to new heights. Historical significance: the Lincoln cent was a milestone in U.S. coinage, and the 1914 D is considered a key date in the Lincoln series. If you're a serious coin collector or you're just starting out, you may be wondering where you can find a 1914 Lincoln cent, or more specifically, a 1914 D. While this coin is extremely rare, there are still some ways you can get your hands on one. Online auction sites, websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stax Bowers are often home to rare coins, including the 1914 D. Make sure to only buy from reputable sellers with good feedback. Coin dealers, specialist coin dealers and numismatic shops may have access to rare coins or be able to put you in touch with sellers or auction houses that carry them. Coin shows, coin conventions are a great place to network with fellow collectors and dealers who might have a 1914 D available for sale. Now, let's talk about something that's on everyone's mind: investment. The 1914 D Lincoln cent is not just a collector's item, it's an investment. Over the years, the value of this coin has increased exponentially, and it shows no sign of slowing down. If you're looking to invest in coins, especially in rare examples like the 1914 D, you might be sitting on an incredible return in the future. As more people enter the market for rare coins, especially those from the early 1900s, we're likely to see more coins from this era rise in value. The 1914 D Lincoln cent, given its historical importance and rare status, is at the top of that list. But remember, always do your due diligence before making an investment. Coins like these are for serious collectors and investors who understand the market. So there you have it, folks. The 1914 Lincoln cent is more than just a piece of currency from the early 20th century, it's a coveted treasure with a rich history and an incredibly high price tag. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a passionate collector, or someone looking for their next big investment, the 1914 D Lincoln cent represents an opportunity like no other. As always, thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more amazing stories from the world of rare coins. Let us know in the comments, would you invest in a $16 million coin? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating pieces of U.S. history, the 1-cent 1913 coin, also known as the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. You won't believe how rare and valuable this coin is, with its potential market value skyrocketing to a jaw-dropping $15 million. This isn't your average penny, and I'll tell you exactly why this coin could change a collector's life forever. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey through time and coin collecting. Alright, let's start by talking about the basics of this coin, the 1-cent 1913, featuring the inscription, "In God We Trust." But first, before we get into the nitty-gritty, it's important to clarify something. While most of us might think of the Lincoln Memorial or the Lincoln cent when talking about the penny, the 1913 penny is part of a much bigger story involving multiple coin designs. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel is what really has collectors on edge, but don't be mistaken, it's one of the coins from the early 20th century that could fetch millions today. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel itself is one of the most famous coins in the U.S. mint's history. Although the 1-cent coin of 1913 isn't the most well-known of all time, it's actually linked to some key historical moments that play into its value today. First, let's understand the background of the 1913 issue, and why it is so rare. In 1913, the U.S. Mint was under the control of the chief engraver, Charles Barber, who was responsible for the design of many iconic coins. However, the Liberty head design was one of the most divisive pieces of U.S. coinage history. The design featured Lady Liberty in profile, with flowing hair and a coronet inscribed with the word Liberty. Now, the 1913 coin, whether it's the Liberty head nickel or the 1 cent, is not something you would have found circulating at your local bank or in the pockets of everyday Americans. In fact, it is a minting error that has contributed to its rarity. The U.S. Mint, in 1913, was supposed to issue coins featuring the Indian head design, but instead, they somehow released a limited batch of Liberty head coins in 1913. This mix-up, however, wasn't discovered for years. In fact, when the U.S. Mint first struck this coin, they only produced a small number of these error coins. Some were accidentally struck, others were deliberately kept hidden or sold into private collections. This is why finding one of these 1913 Liberty head coins, even in poor condition, is so rare. Today, there are only 5 known 1913 Liberty head nickels that have survived the test of time. They are prized possessions of collectors, and there have even been instances where they were sold at auctions for mind-blowing sums, with one of them fetching $3.7 million in 2018. So, you can imagine the buzz around these coins in the numismatic community. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: how much is the 1913 Liberty head nickel worth, and why can it be worth up to $15 million? As we mentioned earlier, there are only 5 known specimens of this rare coin in existence, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. They are the holy grail of American coin collecting. Some of these coins have changed hands at auction for extraordinary amounts, such as a 1913 Liberty head nickel sold by famed numismatist Stanley Kesselman in 1972, which made headlines for a record-breaking sale. But when we talk about today's market value, the highest recorded auction price could easily top $15 million for a coin in pristine condition. That's how valuable these 5 coins are, each one a part of American history. But what makes the 1913 Liberty head nickel so special isn't just the rarity or the price tag. It's the mystery behind the coin's release. The U.S. Mint had no public record of the coin being minted, and it was only years later that collectors realized how unique this piece was. That mystery continues to drive interest and speculation about the coin's origins, making it even more coveted. So, what exactly contributes to the jaw-dropping value of the 1913 coin? Well, aside from the fact that it's incredibly rare, it's also in demand because it represents a critical mistake in U.S. coinage. Rare mistakes in coinage are often worth more than regular coins, especially when they are tied to a historical event or series of events that created confusion. Imagine this coin was minted in 1913, released into circulation by mistake, and then just as quickly disappeared from public sight. It wasn't until decades later that numismatists and collectors realized how rare it was. These stories create a mystique surrounding the coin. What also drives up the value of the 1913 Liberty head nickel is that it's a piece of American history, carrying the unique inscription, "In God We Trust." The coin's symbolic connection to early 20th century America adds to its allure. Finding a 1913 Liberty head nickel today is nearly impossible. Even seasoned collectors will tell you that it's highly unlikely you'll ever get your hands on one. But, if you do happen to find one, or if you come across one in an estate sale, or even a coin collection, it could be worth millions. How do you know if you have one? Well, the first thing to look for is the Liberty head design, which features Lady Liberty wearing a coronet on the obverse side. The reverse features a Roman-style V for 5 cents. Now, let's talk about the market current value. As mentioned, one of these coins recently sold for $3.7 million. But when it comes to pristine, certified examples, those can fetch up to $15 million, especially if they're one of the 5 confirmed to have survived. So, there you have it. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel, an extraordinary coin, with an amazing story and the potential to be worth a fortune. With its rarity, historical significance, and the sheer mystery behind its release, it's no surprise that this coin is one of the most coveted items in the world of coin collecting. If you ever come across one, you might just be holding a piece of history worth millions. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and history. Who knows, your next coin might just be worth a fortune. Coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the world of one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1912 1-cent, "In God We Trust" penny. But not just any 1912 penny, this one is worth an eye-popping $35 million. Yes, you heard that right, this seemingly humble coin can fetch a staggering amount of money, and we're about to explore the secrets behind its incredible value. Let's start with the basics. The 1912 1-cent coin, often referred to as the Lincoln cent, was minted during an important period in U.S. history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, making it one of the most iconic and well-known coins in the U.S. mint's long history. But by 1912, it had already undergone some significant changes, most notably the addition of the motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that's still featured on U.S. coins today. The year 1912 was an interesting time in the U.S. as it marked the middle of Theodore Roosevelt's presidency, during which major changes were being made to American currency. One of those changes was the move to ensure that every coin carried the message, "In God We Trust," a motto that was first introduced on U.S. coins during the Civil War in 1864. By 1912, this was a standard feature on U.S. coinage, seen on all denominations from pennies to dollar coins. During this time, American society was on the brink of enormous change, industrially, politically, and culturally. The 1912 Lincoln penny is a snapshot of that era. Its design was simple yet powerful. President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, 2 wheat stalks, symbolizing the agricultural roots of America. But here's the twist, this seemingly ordinary penny could be hiding a fortune. So why, of all pennies, is the 1912 1-cent coin valued at such an astronomical price today? To answer this, we need to take a closer look at its rarity, condition, and a few specific details that collectors obsess over. First off, rarity. The 1912 penny wasn't minted in vast quantities. In fact, there are only a few remaining that are in pristine condition, making them incredibly rare. The U.S. Mint produced 1912 pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. However, the most valuable of them all is the 1912 S penny, minted in San Francisco, due to its rarity and historical significance. The 1912 S penny was produced in a limited number and was actually less likely to survive in good condition due to its circulation during the early 20th century. It's estimated that only around 50 to 100 coins of the 1912 S variety remain in excellent or uncirculated condition. These pennies are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike, pushing their value into the millions of dollars. Now, what makes this coin's value soar to $35 million? It's a combination of several factors. First, the coin's grade, meaning its condition, plays a huge role. If you come across a 1912 S penny in mint state or uncirculated condition, you're looking at a gold mine. A coin that is graded MS 67 or higher can fetch prices well over $1 million. But if you're lucky enough to find one in perfect condition, untouched by time or wear, it can hit record-breaking numbers like $35 million in rare cases. Speaking of record-breaking sales, let's take a moment to look at how the 1912 1-cent coin has made history in the auction world. In recent years, one of the most coveted examples of the 1912 S penny was sold at a prestigious auction for a staggering $35 million. This penny, graded MS 67, broke all previous records for rare American coins. Imagine the scene at the auction house: collectors from around the world, all eager to lay their hands on this piece of history. The bidding starts slowly, but soon, the tension rises as the price climbs higher and higher. The final gavel falls, and the 1912 penny is sold for $35 million, shattering previous records and establishing it as one of the most expensive coins ever sold. So, what does this mean for you as a collector or investor? Well, it's clear that the market for rare coins is booming. The world of numismatics is more popular than ever, with rare coins like the 1912 1 cent becoming coveted items in high-end auctions. But how can you get your hands on one of these coins? First, start by researching reputable dealers and platforms that specialize in rare coins. If you're looking for a 1912 penny, make sure to verify its authenticity and get it professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). Remember, the key to a high-value coin isn't just rarity, it's condition. A coin in poor condition might not be worth much at all, but a coin in pristine condition? That could change your financial future forever. So, is the 1912 1 cent "In God We Trust" penny still a good investment? Absolutely. While it's not every day that you'll stumble upon a $35 million coin, the world of rare coins continues to offer opportunities for investors willing to do their research and keep an eye on the market. The 1912 1 cent penny, particularly the 1912 variety, is a rare and highly valuable coin. The "In God We Trust" motto added during the early 1900s contributes to its historical significance. If you find a 1912 penny in mint condition, it could be worth millions, up to $35 million in some cases. The numismatic market is thriving, and rare coins like this continue to appreciate in value. Next time you come across a penny from 1912, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know, you could be holding on to a small piece of American history worth millions. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 1912 1 cent penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more videos on rare coins and their fascinating stories. And as always, happy collecting!